What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another deck profile here on TCG University. I am Michael, and as you may have seen or heard, I got fourth in standings, and then I got third after the tournament was over in the Indianapolis PTC. I just want to say huge shout-outs to Saltire Games. They ran a really nice event, and it was a good time. I really enjoyed myself. But yeah, I was playing Yusuke Under Death, so let's just get into it. So yeah, guys, like I said, I was playing Yusuke for the Indy PTC. I feel like he's a pretty good character. He's got Death, Good, and Life, which are all pretty good symbols. And then being a 7-hander with 22 life is like above, I don't know, I feel like it's above his like allowance. I feel like most 7-handers aren't allowed to have over 20 health, and he's just a 7-hander that for some reason is allowed to be over 20 life. So he's got an Enhance where I can remove a spirit card from my discard pile to give plus or minus 2 damage, which was super relevant over the course of the entire weekend. And then obviously it's once per turn, which is like the main reason why you probably want to play this character, and that's minus X to your difficulty or your block mod to the next card you play this turn, equal to the number of symbols it shares with your character. So if we're playing a spirit gun, and then we use its once per turn and then play a new spirit gun, it would be on a 6, but thanks to the minus 3, because it shares 3 symbols with us, it would be on a 3. So we can play 2 spirit guns, one on a 5 and one on a 3, which is pretty nice, or we can play something big, like at the end of the attack chain. So yeah, I'll just get into the deck I played. This is card for card what I played at Indy, with just a discussion of maybe a couple of cards that I would have changed. I was playing one Capsule Zap. I definitely wouldn't play a second one. The one was fine. It built me in Kieran Soul and Friends and Rivals, which mattered at certain extents in the like matches that I played. It definitely built Friends and Rivals that did matter one game, so it was good there. It's just a nice little poke. It's a too low for 5 in our deck, and it builds Spirit Sword, Friends and Rivals, and Kieran Soul, which are all very good targets. I was playing one Keiko Slap in the main. Before the tournament, I was deciding to main a Precise Blow or a Keiko Slap. After playing in the event and just the testing that I did, I either want to turn this into a third Urban Shower or a second Dark Chirito. The Dark Chirito is off symbol because we're playing Death, but like Dark Chirito actually blew out like a few of my opponents, and like it's really good on block against certain characters, and it's just a good card in general. But yeah, Keiko Slap allows me to reverse all my opponent's turn relatively easy, and then with the Enhance, if it deals their next attack gets plus difficulty is very nice, and then the Enhance of minus difficulty to my next attack is very nice for offense, which is the reason why I decided to go with this over a Precise Blow, is because this card's a lot more useful on offense thanks to the minus difficulty to the next attack, and then it just has better stats. And then I played one Dark Chirito. Like I said, I was debating on playing a second one. It's just a little too expensive, but this deck was building momentum relatively easy, and I really only found myself using it on one card, so that's why I decided to put the Dark Chirito in. But with the multiple 2 and then the static of my opponent can't decrease damage or kick cards out of my card pool, makes this card very scary. And then it's a 4-low for 6, so it's a possibility of just being a 4-low for 18, which is really nice. It's got a good high block for us. So those were the one-ofs that I was playing. And then I was playing 2 Urban Shower. Shout out to the Yusuke player. I played Dave. I don't know if you prefer to be called David. But yeah, shout outs to you. I wish I was playing a third Urban Shower. But it's a 4-low for 4 with the Enhance of if it's not blocked to burn 2, heal 2. Definitely very, very relevant. Just that filling out the 4-point like life difference of burning them 2 and gaining 2. And it's got a good high block, and it shares 2 symbols with our character, meaning that we can Friends and Rivals off of this, and it's a reversal, so we can Friends and Rivals on our opponent's turn. I should have been playing a third one, so I'd either cut the Keiko Slap for Dark Chirito, which is off symboled, or the Urban Shower. I feel like both are very good options. I'm playing 3 Spirit Charge Punch. It is a fine card. I really like this card, but at the same time I don't. Because when you Enhance Like, this card's not safe, so if you enhance the next attack played this turn gets +3 damage, and then your opponent reversals you, it's just a really, like, feels bad moment. But it's like a cheap card that gives damage, that, like, a 4 mid for 6, like, your opponent, like, thinks about blocking it, but, like, do they really block it? And then with the 1 mid block, it says with Yusuke's once per turn, it's a -2 mid block, which is really nice. It's another spirit card that we can remove. Like I said, it's a reversal. Yeah, just an enhance +3 or -3 to the next attack. So it's good on offense, it's good on defense, but the thing with it on offense is that your opponent could reversal you and punish you, which is the only thing I didn't like about this card, and that's why I only played 3. This is my absolute favorite card in the deck. This card won me a lot of games, just with both of its enhances and then it being a 6 damage attack. But yeah, I played 4 Spirit Charge Kick. It's a 5/3/4 high for 6 with a 0 low block, which is super great. It's got Charge, EX3, and Kick. Enhance, my next attack is -1 difficulty, meaning that I can hold out on my Yusuke once per turn enhance, which was very, very nice. And then the enhance of plus damage to my next attack. Everything gets at least 2 or 3 damage, except for the Dark Cherry-Toe and then the Capsule Zap, but I don't want to play those after I play a Spirit Charge Kick anyways. Preferably I want to play another Spirit Charge Kick. Another spirit gun or spirit shotgun. Best like order would be spirit shotgun, then spirit gun, then spirit charge kick. But yeah, this card was very good. Just great momentum out, and just like making this like a 7 high for 8 was very, very good. Yeah, I just loved this card over the entire course of the weekend. It's probably my like MVP card. I played 4 spirit gun. Honestly, I didn't feel like I blew out any of my opponents with this card. I felt like this card was very balanced, which I was actually surprised. I thought that it would be a little more one-sided in my favor since I was able to play Spirit Gun, but I think the only games that mattered was I kept the Spike I played in top 8 debuilt to where he didn't have any face-up foundations to flip for Spike, and then the Byakko player I played round 4, Hughes, he opened really, really bad the second game, and I drew like 2 Spirit Gun and like a Tagore Brothers, and that just kind of blew him out. So I think that like Spirit Gun's real use in this is to just like in this deck is to be a high or low and destroy like a relevant defensive card. But I just felt like this card didn't blow out any of my opponents. But yeah, just the enhance, destroy 1 foundation, and then the Yusuke enhance to change the zone. They're very good, and then it being safe just like leads you to like having a more safe turn. And then obviously the big baddie in the deck, I was playing 4 Spirit Shotgun. It's just nuts playing 2 of Yusuke's attacks and like one of them being a Spirit Charged Kick. So like lead off with like a Spirit Gun and then like play a Spirit Charge Kick. So that's 6 symbols right there, and then Spirit Charge Kick is going to give it 3 damage from its enhance. So it's going to come in at 10, and then it's going to get +9 damage off of just these 3 cards here. So it's at 4 mid for 19, and then with Yusuke's enhance it's at 21. Unblocked, that kills a lot of people. So yeah, Spirit Gun gets really, really big and really, really out of hand in our deck. But there's like ways around it to like DR and stuff like that, and so like that's why we're playing a counter to the counter, just because like we're just trying to blat our opponent with 1 big Spirit Gun. But it's got a breaker 1 high block, and then its enhance of it dealing half damage even if its block is really nice as well, and then just makes our opponent never build into deadlock because we could target destroy 3 cards. Well, yeah, so that was it for my attack lineup there. I felt like it was pretty solid outside of the Keiko Slap, which you could swap for whatever you wanted. I was playing 3 Tagoro Brothers. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a 1/4/2 mid block with a static. Once it resolves, you can remove it or draw a card. Then if my opponent plays an ability on a foundation or an asset, I can cancel and destroy it. Then I was playing 3 Bang. Just to stop offensive or defensive characters or really insane defensive pieces that I couldn't deal with because I didn't see a Spear Gun. Yeah, enhance, seal 1 card in my opponent's staging area was very, very relevant. Onto the foundations. I just have them sorted by difficulty. I was playing 3 Voice of Reason. It's just good. I can discard like Spirit Swords and cards with no blocks to just draw a new card, draw an attack, draw an action I need. Yeah, it's just a really good spam under death. And then I was playing 4 Wishing Ward. It says mill 3 cards, meaning that there's a chance that we can hit something for Yusuke. Plus it gives us information of just like knowing what's left in our deck, which is really important in this game. And then it also has like random utility against discard characters of drawing us a card again. So it was pretty good. I definitely wouldn't cut it down to 3. I was playing a 1 of Genkai's Training. This card just lets me blow out Shadow Inheritance. It just says that I don't lose to just a commit Shadow Inheritance. This just blows out Shadow Inheritance, and these together, you just get to block almost literally whatever you want. Like it doesn't matter. Like I can block with a Wishing Ward on like a -2 block mod because of these two, which is really nice. And I mean that card has a printed 3 high block, so yeah, it's really good. And plus discard a momentum to ready it, so like I can play it and just keep like readying and committing it. It doesn't say once per turn or anything like that. I just have to have momentum, so it just helps my swing turns. We're only playing 1 because it's a no block. Playing 3 Demon Hide. With this the tournament I played in being the last PTC that you could play High Seas Adventure in, I felt like there were going to be a decent amount of decks playing High Seas Adventure. So I decided to side this. On top of it, blows out Gauge decks. It blows out Kotal Khan-ish. Like they just respond, give their thing throw, but it's fine. And then we just blow out Coffee Sambas. It's just good spam, and then with our character, it's 0 high block. So, yeah, it sharing 2 symbols is nice, and it being spam, that's relevant, is nice as well. Then I was playing 3 Fueling Up. This is for TK Masteries and Deliverances, just stuff that's going to mess with our shotgun. It's just good spam that cancels and burns our opponent. Yeah, if our opponent plays a non-character ability, we cancel it and burn them if they try to DR us. I was only playing 1 Celestial Being. Me only playing 1 only bit me 1 time, and that was the All Might player that I played in round 5. Maybe if I had the second Celestial Being, it would have been nice, but I'm just using this for the R. If our opponent tries to stun us, I can get rid of this and cancel the stun. But the Enhance is fine, getting rid of 2 momentum to give +3/+3. It's another momentum out, and we play a decent amount of reversals in our deck, so it's alright. It's a 4, and it's got a 3 mid block, and only shares 1 symbol with us, so that's why I didn't want to play 2. I'm playing 2 TK Mastery. It's just like too good not to play. I was thinking about siding the 3rd, but I thought to myself that I would not side the 3rd if I sided it, and I was correct. I did not want to see a 3rd TK Mastery my entire day. We had just a 2/5 with a 3 mid block that just says if our opponent tries to give stats, we can possibly cancel it. We don't play any 6s in our list, so we have to commit 1 every single time, but commit 1 for -2 speed or -2 damage is still pretty good, especially with Yusuke's enhanced to -2. I decided to go with 2 Nightmare Tears in the main. Just this and Kieran Soul just means you get to block like low and mid anything. It doesn't matter. And then with Yusuke, it's a 1 low block, which is not super relevant, but like really late in the attack chain, like maybe you blocked like 3 cards and you need to block a 4th one and you hadn't used Yusuke's once per turn. Well, I'll use Yusuke and block it on a 4, and like if you're completely tapped out. So it definitely comes up, and like worst case scenario, you build it and you make your opponent commit and freeze 1, and then you just pop the other card with like a Spear Gun or a Toguro Brothers. I definitely thought it was relevant enough to play 2. I definitely wouldn't cut it. I was playing 3 Kieran Soul. It's an ally that we can build off of our Capsule Zap, and then it just says Enhance Flip -1 speed for each character in our staging area, and then if we block the current attack, we don't take any damage. It's really self-explanatory. Yeah, just being a 7-handed and living as long as possible is very important. Playing 4 Guardian of the Spirit Sword. It's an ally, so we can build it in off Capsule Zap once again. And it just says Enhance once per turn, -2 speed, -3 if it's a weapon, which is very good. It also has Spirit in the name, so that's good off of Yusuke, and it's got a good high block. So this card does a lot for us. It fuels defense, it fuels offense. Yeah, it's a very good card for us. And then my last ally target, I was playing 4 Friends and Rivals. It's just a very good card. Almost every attack in our deck shares 2 symbols with us. So if we reversal or we just play an attack in general, if it shares 2 or more symbols with us, we can commit 2 of our opponent's cards. They get to pick, but having 2 Friends and Rivals just like blows your opponent out. Just committing 4. You committing 2 to make your opponent commit 4, and then like Spear Gun enhancing blow something up, or if they have like a Sense of Morals and you have Toguro Brothers, like cancel it and draw a card, or just cancel and remove it, and then keep going on with your day. It's got a relevant low block, and it's only a 2 difficulty that commits your opponent, which is very, very good. the last hoorah. I think I didn't exactly check everybody's list, but I was playing a survivalist. So one last little hoorah for the survivalist. It's a 3/5 no block. It says Archimate after your opponent gives a stat a bonus, then we can commit this to reset both stats to printed. It's super relevant. Yeah, it's sad to see this card go, to be honest. It was the first time I ever played it, and I really enjoyed it throughout the entire day. So, yeah, it's a very good card, but unfortunately, by the time you guys see this video, this card will no longer be tournament legal. I was playing 2 Dark Side of Karma. It's very good. Weapons haven't exactly taken over quite yet, just with the new Soul Calibur set dropping. But I mean, there's not like a billion weapon cards. But a 3/5 with a 1 low block is already great enough, and then just being able to cancel enhances or reset speed is very good. And both effects being playable while committed is very good as well. And then the last foundation, playing 3 Hunt for Spiders and Dragons. Personally, I don't like this card a lot. It just makes you like commit like a lot to an attack turn. But I mean, it was a very good card over the course of the entire weekend. Just flipping problem foundations and then popping a different one with Spirit Gun is a very, very good play. And then just the enhance or the response to gain life or burn your opponent for life, it wasn't too bad either. Yeah, so that was the main. I'll show you guys what I cited at least real quick. I cited 2 Precise Blow. I was citing 2 Precise Blow, though they are off symboled. I felt like it blew out Rando and just reduction decks in general. I'm sure there's a few other examples that I could give you of where this card like blows out other decks very well. But it's stuffing a card in your opponent's card pool and sealing a reduction is just really, really good. And so like that's what we're using it for, is just the 1 mid block or the negative or the 0 mid block with Yusuke, just to seal an attack and stuff their card pool, making their turn even harder is what we were citing it for. Yeah, just making sure that we didn't get rushed down by any reduction decks. I just wanted to make sure that didn't happen over the course of my tournament experience. I was citing the second Keiko Slap. It's just good. It's just a good card. Like offense and defense. It not counting towards progressive on your opponent's turn, making their turn harder, making your turn easier. It's just an overall good card, and plus it's got a good low block. So I was signed 2 Flame Auras. Just didn't want to get domed upstairs against like certain decks, like Moonset decks and stuff like that. Just giving me a free auto block, or with Kieran Soul, it just gives me more coverage of highs and mids. And then the burning my opponent is not exactly relevant, but it's still nice. Yeah. I cited 2 Deliverance, which was definitely the MVP of the side deck. I found myself citing it in a lot, but that's because I'm a 7-hander, which I'm kind of squishy. But it just remove before the damage step of an attack, of an unblocked attack. I can set the attack's damage to 4. Then it's got an enhanced remove, draw a card. I did that like once or twice just to try and dig for attacks, but didn't really matter. But yeah, definitely MVP of the sideboard. Maybe siding a 3rd, like instead of like the Keiko Slap. And then the last card in my side deck was the last Nightmare Tears. I just felt like I was having a low block problem in testing and in theory crafting and just looking at the deck in general. So I just decided to throw the last Nightmare Tears in the side, just in case I went up against like a Nutcracker Missile Launcher deck, which I inevitably did in top 4. Just got blown out. I saw like 1 or 2 Nightmare Tears, and it still just didn't even matter. I still got super blown out. So yeah, guys, that was my Yusuke deck profile that I took to Indy, and I got top 4 with. I just want to say huge shout-outs again to Saltire Games and then TCG University in general. Just giving me like creative freedom, and then just like Saltire Games for hosting such a nice event. It's a really nice store. If you guys have never been there, you should definitely check it out. Then I just want to say also huge shout-outs to Tim Keefe and Kevin Good. If it wasn't for them, I definitely wouldn't have had the inspiration to make the list that I did and inevitably get this top 4. So yeah, just huge shout-outs to those guys. Yeah, if you guys like the content, you can check out just the rest of the stuff we got going on around here, our campus championship, our study hall, deck profiles, matches. We got it all for you guys. So thank you very much for watching, and stay learned.